Good day, everyone. I welcome you to another episode of the Gido approach to chemistry. And this is the kinetic theory of gas. Since we'll be talking about the Jacques law. The Jacques. And like what I said in our last video, Boyle's law shows relationship between pressure and volume, while Charles' law shows relationship between volume and what? And temperature. Please, in your exam, this temperature is not just a normal temperature. We are talking about the absolute temperature. And the absolute temperature is measured using the what? The Kelvin scale. Using the Kelvin scale. So please take note. Charles' law or Jacques' law say that the volume of a given mass of a gas or fixed mass of a gas is directly proportional to the temperature. That means if the volume of the given mass of a gas increases, the temperature will also do what? Will increase. Let me write. I said the volume is directly proportional to what? To temperature. That means V is equal to what? KT. You introduce a constant. Not just that, let's make K the surface of the formula. So I will divide both sides by what? By T. So I will say V all over T is equal to what? K. Like what I will always say, if V all over T is equal to K, I can say V all over T is equal to what? V all over T. If V all over T is equal to K, it means V all over T is equal to what? V all over T. So here is V1, T1, V2, T2. So initial volume, final volume, initial temperature, final what? Temperature. Now, like what I will always say, if you have something like this is a graphical representation of Charles' law. So here is our volume and here's our what? Our temperature. So as long as this is in Kelvin, no, as long as the volume is increasing, the temperature will as well does what? Will do what? Increase. So if the volume is 1, you see, they will be increasing. Let's say here is 2, here is 2. It will also do what? Increase. It will also what? Increase. That means when the volume was 1, the temperature was 1. When the volume changes to 2, the temperature changes to 2. It can change to 3, it can change to 4. But what I mean is that there is a progression, the same progression. If it increases by 1 million, that means this other one will also increase by what? By 1 million. Now let me explain so that you can get this very well. Let me give you an example. If the volume of a gas is 10 liter, the V1, and the V2 is 5 liter. Now, my T1, let's assume here is 300 Kelvin and my T2 is unknown. Now, if you have something like this, now look up. What is the relationship between these two volumes, V1 and V2? You notice that the V1 is moving from 10 liter to 5 liter. So if you are moving from 10 liter to 5 liter, are you increasing a liter or you are decreasing a liter? It's a what? A decrease. And as long as the relationship between pressure and temperature is a direct relationship, that means if the volume decreases, the temperature will also do what? Decrease. So that means here will decrease. So here decreases by 2. 10 divided by 2 give us what? 5. 300 will decrease by 2. If you divide 300 by 2, give us what? 150 what? Kelvin. That is how you easily get your answer. Like what I will always say, just look at the option and ask yourself, this one decreases. Which answer here is also decreasing? So if you can get the answer, that's the simplest thing. But I know that you are still confused as to how come this one is 100. Let me show you something. Let's say the formula is what? V1, T1, all over V2, T2. I don't usually use this formula. I cross multiply. So the answer will be V1, T2 is equals V2, T1. This is the formula I always use. So what is my V1 class? My V1 is 10. What is my T2? My T2 is unknown. What is my V2? My V2 is 5. What is my T1? My T1 is what? Is 300. So let's divide both sides by what? By 10. So 10 will cancel 10. My T2 is equal to this, we cancel this. 5 times 30. 5 times 30 will give us, 5 times 3 will give us 15. That's what? 150 Kelvin. It's the same thing as what we have here. So most of the time, we don't really need to solve before we get our answer. Remember, like what I will always say, Jacques didn't do any invention. He gave us a prediction. He was able to predict the behavior of gases. And the one he was able to predict was the relationship between volume and temperature, while Robert Boyle shows the relationship between pressure and what? And volume. So as long as it is between volume and temperature, he's telling us now that if volume increases, the temperature will also do what? Increase. Why? Because it's a what? A direct relationship. Now let me give you something. If V1 is equals to 3 liter and V2 is equals to, let's say, 1 liter. T1 is equals, okay, 27 degrees Celsius, and T2 is unknown. Now, how do you solve for T2? I know that what will come to your mind is that you divide this one by 3 to give us 1. So I'm going to divide this one by 3 as well to give us something like this. It doesn't work like that. If you divide this by 3 to give you 1, you don't need to divide this one by 3 to give you this. Why? Because this is what? In degrees Celsius. So you have to convert to Kelvin. So if you want to convert degrees Celsius to Kelvin, it is just for you to add degrees to Kelvin, degrees Celsius plus what? Plus 273. So what was given to us in degrees Celsius is what? 27 plus 273. That will give us what? 300 what? Kelvin. So after getting 300 Kelvin, you have to change this one from 27 degrees Celsius to 300 what? Kelvin. So now, divide this one by 3, give us 1. If you divide this by 3, will give us what? 100 what? Kelvin. So the answer will be what? 100 Kelvin. If you solve, you are still going to get the same answer. Now let us solve. So we have V1. What's our V1? V1 is 3 times. What's our T2? T2 was unknown. Is equals. What is our V2? Our V2 is 300, and our T1 is what? 1. So I'll divide both sides by what? By 3. So my T2 is equals to 3 divided by this. What do we have? 100 what? 100 Kelvin. But most cases, they will not leave the answer in 100 Kelvin. They want to convert it to what? To degrees Celsius. So you now write. Remember, I said Kelvin is equals to degrees Celsius plus what? 273. So we are solving for degrees Celsius. So we say degrees Celsius is equals to Kelvin plus what? Kelvin minus 273. So what is Kelvin? We have 100. 100 minus 273. Our answer is what? Minus 173 what? Degrees Celsius. That's the answer. So instead of you to divide that your earlier 27, you have to divide what? After conversion to what? To Kelvin. Because Charles' law shows relationship between volume and temperature, and it said that the volume of a fixed mass of a gas is directly proportional to the absolute temperature in Kelvin, provided pressure and number of molar other parameters are what? Are kept constant. So that's all you are expected to know. Don't forget, if you want to access the Gido approach, to chemistry, it is available. If you want the hard copy, it's available. If you want the soft copy, it's available. If you are a WAEC, if you are a JAMB student, and you are looking for self-explained textbook that consists of possible examination question, over 5,000 possible examination questions, if that's what you are looking for, it's available. And there is no way you study 5,000 questions without you getting 300 plus in your exam. Don't forget, this is Gido Academy, and my major aim or my major goal is to simplify chemistry with you. Thank you very much. Subscribe, share the video, and don't forget to send this video to your friends. Like and drop a comment. Thank you. But before we go, just relax. Before we go, I have a question. What is the relationship between volume and temperature according to Charles? What kind of relationship do we have there? Is that a joint relationship? Is that inverse relationship? Is that partial relationship? I don't know. Drop that in the comment section. Let me know if you are following. Thank you.